Welcome to the Discard Pile. I'm your host, John Corbett. This is Season 1, Episode 12. It's August 8th or 9th or some shit like that. My guest tonight... Yeah, something. Yeah, one of those days. My guest tonight, I was going to have Brian Sykes on, but his wife has him tied down in the basement, so I have Ben Haas. Welcome, Ben.
Hey.
And our other guest, our returning champion, Thomas Kimura. Welcome, Tom.
Hey, guys.
Now, Tom, you'll appreciate this. I was having lunch with my kids, so I decided to get...
Yeah. Really? I do appreciate that.
What's that?
That's good. You're a good dad. You had lunch with your kid.
What, did I feed my kids? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yes, it's cool. Well, I'm
You told
required
me I
to.
appreciate it. I do.
Yeah, I'm required by law to feed them 3 times a day. But, so during lunch, I gave Constance a dilemma. I said, if someone shot me and robbed me, and you got to decide their punishment, what would it be? And you'll be happy to know Constance is pro capital punishment, but on top of that, she's pro firing squad. Her sentence would have been guy gets shot.
Well, it's good to know there's a man in that house, at least. You know, when someone's coming through your window at night, you have someone to protect you. That's all I'm saying, you know.
Well, I tried to flip the script on her. I said, well, it turns out it wasn't a guy, it was your mother, and she went bibbles and shot me. So now your mother has to get shot by firing squad.
But you can tell your daughter this, right?
Yeah, well, no, you gotta teach your kids. Well, she took it in stride. At first, she was like, well, okay, but then she lawyered it. She said, well, if she went crazy, then she don't have to go to jail. And I said, all right, she got off the hook. She's going to the nut house instead. So
She's gonna go repeat that in school, man. You gotta watch what you tell them.
She got her mother off of murder on temporary insanity that quick. So much for that plan.
Oh shit.
All right. Well. See, I should be. I don't know. I don't have the energy today. This show. I usually, I'm ready to bring it, but I don't know. I should have the energy. I'm about to get on the plane. I'm going to go to Jersey before Gen Con. Fantasy football.
What are you gonna do there?
Why are you going to Jersey before Gen Con? That remains unclear to me.
Talk about that.
Well, I use seeing the family. I still have my older brother and sister there. And the main reason I'm going is our fantasy football draft, a.k.a. Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons for jocks?
Yeah, it's Dungeons and Dragons for not even jocks. It's for people who think they're cool to do LARPing.
Oh god, man, we're like 3 minutes into the show. This guy's already dropping off.
Who's that? Me? Did I drop?
I don't see your picture no more. There you are. All right.
There we go. Yeah, well, just roll with it, TK. Come on. If it goes down, you gotta. Come on, man.
What kind of production quality?
No. I broke my rule by having you on back-to-back shows. So if something goes wrong,
that will give you any shit.
Yeah.
You and Ben Hosker will sit here for an hour and hug it out over your boy, right? But there's no flavor there, so that's why you have me on.
Well, yeah, but at this point you should be able to jump right in if I go down and just ramble about Ben about your boy, which is, if people don't know, which means Obama. He's my boy.
Like this.
He's my ninja. But so anyway, we was back up before I got sidetracked. I don't know, man. So I should be ready to go. I don't got to go to work next week, but I don't know. I've been.
How long are you going to be in Jersey before you go to Gen Con?
No, I go to Jersey for a couple days, and then I'm going to hang out in D.C. I'm flying from Baltimore to Indianapolis because it's like $4 and it's one way. So I'm taking that flight and then Gen Con. So I should be nerd ecstatic. I should be having a nerdgasm right now. I don't got to work and I get to play cards.
Don't you pass over Washington D.C. on the way to Indianapolis?
Oh, well, no.
You can fly and go see Ben Haas, but then go to
That's the plan.
Indiana.
That's our.
Yeah.
TK, don't worry. I don't need a secretary. I got it all worked out. I appreciate it.
Oh. Shit.
I don't know. I mean, I've been a miserable cunt. That's just what the theme of it. So that's the game. That's the game we're going to play tonight. The game tonight is cunt. Like, and the main reason I think a miserable cunt. Oh, look at TK's. TK's already scared of this word. Let's
I know you're going to hurt some feelings, and people are going to start complaining on the boards. John said cunt. John said cunt.
All right, so yeah, we'll get that out of the way right now because.
You're goddamn right. John said cunt. He says it a lot.
Well,
you know, he stressed it by showing it on the paper. I thought that would come
That's
from
all
you,
the time.
Where's your poster at? You don't have one prepared.
Too.
I feel let down.
All right, so let me straighten out this. Let me straighten out this word. There's a difference between calling a man a cunt and a woman. A woman, it's the nuclear option. It's the word that gets them all. No matter what they say, that's the word. And as for females, Ben says I use it a lot. I've only said it to a woman twice. And in my defense, they were acting like a cunt. So, but that's it. That's because you got to save that word. You got to save it because that's the one that gets them right in the gut. And when they hear it, they're like, oh, you see the light fade out of their eyes. They get all like, they don't know what to do. They start shaking a little bit. But for guys, it's different. Guys, it's like being a whiny bitch, cunt, like just not giving a fuck about anybody.
Man.
What was that? Uh-oh.
I don't know what Haas said something, but I don't know what it was.
So the main reason I think I've been being a cunt is because I picked up. I do my job. I have a lot of free time, and I read a lot of weird stuff. And I'm reading Richard Nixon's last book, written in 1994, called Beyond Peace. Why did I pick it up? I read the back of it, and I was just disgusted by everything I saw on the back of it. So, and I'm weird. I like to read opinions that I don't agree with. So I'm gonna.
Before we get started, I want to hear Ben Hospa's opinion of Richard Nixon. Go ahead, Ben. Throw it out there. Three sentences. I want to hear it. Let's just start with that before we go into it.
I know conservatives like to try to rehabilitate him now, but you're like you've done a pretty good job.
Hey, I'm not saying anything about my opinion of him. I just want to know what yours is.
Specifically, but I hear a lot of Nixon wasn't. You're gonna have to let it go with Nixon. No one liked him at the time, and now it's not worth it.
Ben, was he a cunt?
I don't know about that, but he planned to blow up the Brookings Institute, kind of. So.
Ben, this is not this is kind of a yes or no. I mean, we keep grading.
You're picking up on that too, John? You're picking up on that too? I need a. Is he cool or was he not? What's going on here?
We all know.
No, there are four cunts.
How many cunts do you see? Well, in that case, I would give him 3 out of 4 if we're going to grade him. I want to get before we get to we can't just you're trying to judge him as a whole. And what I've got in this short time out of the book is that domestically he's a cunt. He's just a cunt, all about domestically. But foreign affairs, he's pretty savvy. He was a smart dude. He was tricky dick. And my main point, what I got from he's old school conservative. He's all about empire. Everything is about having troops everywhere, and that's what makes everything work. That's what makes the economy work. And his quote was, we cannot have a strong domestic policy unless we have a strong foreign policy. Ben, is that true? What does that mean? Like, do we have to spend all our money on defense? We have to have an empire to make our economy work here?
I'm not sure. There's that. Like,
I happen to be there.
I need more because it could mean that, sometimes it means that it can also mean you can't have a strong domestic policy unless you can keep the enemy out of your country, but that sounds too crazy even for Nixon.
No, he doesn't mean that. He means having the big dick. He means you need to have. This is big dick. This is big dick domestic foreign. I mean, big dick foreign policy is what I'm trying to say. So TK, you agree with him on that one? You gotta have you have to wag the American dick all around the world, right up in Europe's face and right up in the, because I don't know if it's working right now. You know.
I don't think we are right now.
Tried that in Iraq.
I don't think we're waving anybody's face right now.
We're not waving the big dick. Come on now, man.
I don't think so, man. I'm sorry. I think your boy doesn't have.
How big does your dick have to be?
How many lines in the sand does your boy have to draw and don't get surpassed? Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's.
I'm going to save that one.
We've been trying to wave our dick around when we stuck it in a hornet's nest. Now we've got all kinds of hornet stings all over our dick, and we got to put it away and put it on ice for a while. This is a really good metaphor.
I think we stopped waving it around, and we're still in a hornet's nest.
Well, what's the hornet's nest?
Oh, all kinds of shit that's going on. You know, Putin's treating Obama like they're both in prison. All that stuff going on in Iraq with ISIS. Shit everywhere. There's just all kinds of crazy shit going on in the world right now. You know, there's like.
Well, that was a lot of big stuff. Yeah, there's.
Not really, man. Okay, we'll say Putin and Obama in prison.
Let's go to. No. All right, so let's talk about Putin. You always want to crack on Putin and Ukraine, because I said on the show that has nothing to do with us. And I'm going to give Nixon his props. Back in '94, he said that Ukraine is the buffer. A strong Ukraine is a big deterrent from future Russian aggression in case they go back to their old ways. So if you want to blame somebody for Russia now, it's actually the Clinton administration, because did we fail Ukraine? If we kept Ukraine strong and boosted their economy, then Russia, that's the biggest piece of their puzzle.
Sure, I'm with you there, but I think it makes us look currently weak when Obama says, don't do this, you know, this is the line, and then Putin just ignores them and keeps going. And then Obama's just sitting there like...
He never gave Putin a line. He gave the fucking Syrian guy, that guy, he's a cunt. We all agree that guy's a cunt. You can't gas kids. All right, we'll play that game. Assad, there's 4 cunts on the wall. They're all four cunts.
So how do you feel about Nixon, John? Now that you've been reading his book, has it changed your mind at all?
No, I've always been a little bit fascinated by him, because he says things that kind of disgust me on a level. But then he's a really smart guy. So I mean, and like I said, it was written in '94, and all his foreign domestic, you know, not prophecies, but his predictions, they kind of came true, and we kind of did what he suggested for the last 20 years, and it's really gotten us nowhere. I mean, we could have probably did more, like I said, with Ukraine, helping out their economies, but we brought all the other little countries in the NATO. We did a good job with that, so we can't call that a failure. We just failed one country, and that's what's happening now. But there's nowhere else to go for Putin after Ukraine. You can't. So, but the big gist of his book he's trying to, you know, like you said, people are trying to rebuild his image, and even he was trying to do that. But Rick Nixon was always trying to get back in the game, and always. His main gist was that since we won the Cold War, Vietnam and Korea was worth it. Ben, is all those dead Americans? Does that make it okay now? Because
that's another one of those things. That's another one of those things that I understand why people want to try to, salvage that from the perspective of history, but I feel like you're gonna have to let Vietnam go. That you're gonna have to even if you don't really agree with it, you're gonna have to say, yeah, that was a bad idea. You're gonna have to just concede that point, because no one's because as soon as people hear Vietnam was they won't listen to anything else you have to say after that.
You think it was worth it, TK?
Vietnam and Korea?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I know enough about that whole time period to say one way or the other. I mean, it was, you know, we were trying to
we beat the commies. That's what you don't have to know. That's all. That's what we're being told now. Of course, we don't know that. We weren't old enough. But here's Nixon telling us that it was okay because the commies are gone. It's like, I don't know. I think the Cold War is a little bit bigger than those two conflicts. And there's a lot of
commies are still in charge of Vietnam. I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about.
well, yeah. But so 20 years later, yeah, we won the Cold War, but we won it for a little while. 20 years later now, 2014, you was right in 1994. How much did we win the Cold War? Because now we do have Russia kind of has gone back to its authoritative ways. So how much did we win?
I don't know. Did you hear today? Within the last couple of days, I heard that Russia signed some agreement with Iran. I forget what it was about, but they're trying to buddy up again.
They're always
did you hear about that, Ben? You probably heard about that, right? That
No.
They signed some. No, it was on the news. They sent some kind of.
This is another TK breaking right-wing blog report. Putin.
No.
Vladimir Putin is the new supreme Ayatollah of Iran. He just got elected supreme Ayatollah.
I've got TK sending me Drudge Report links. I've got my girlfriend sending me Infowars links. I don't know what's true anymore.
So, all right, that's enough. That's enough real world. Let's get back. Let's get to the good nerd stuff. We got Worlds coming. This is the big, pre-World show. I didn't want to do. I asked the people to send me some questions because I didn't feel like coming up with any. And I'm lazy. And I got a spoiler which I had to dig up. I forgot where it was. But the first question I got is from Nasty Nate Weininger. Out there in Los Angeles, where are you guys at now, TK?
No, I'm in LA. He's in San Diego.
Okay. Well, his first two questions were just trolling me. It was, how many Europeans will finish ahead of you, and will you make day 2? So first of all, Nasty Nate, I'm going to give you four cunts for trolling me. Nasty Nate has only been good. Buddy, you've only been good for a year and a half, man. And I'm on the downswing, but you don't have enough yet to be trolling me and talking shit about how I'm going to make day 2 at Worlds.
Because he smells blood in the water, man. After your middle of the pack finish at Continentals, he smells blood.
Well, that's coming. You know. Yeah. Well, he is that the one where he got second place? Trust me, I know a lot about second place too. So good for him. Well, here's the one question he tried to send me, and I guess he was trying to be funny or goofy. I don't know, but I'm going to read it as is, and we're going to try to figure it out.
Oh, good.
If one, yeah, I don't know. Well, this is Nate. If one Trek player was the dictator of the Fourth Reich, who would it be?
What?
Yeah, let me try this again.
I didn't hear you at the end. You said, who would it be, and then you said something.
If one Trek player was the dictator of the Fourth Reich, who would it be?
I feel like it. I don't know, Tyler Fultz. I don't know. He spent some time, right?
He's read the playbook.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
That's messed up. Tyler Fultz is Captain America. Actually, he was in the Air Force or whatever.
I've talked to him one time. He was pretty nice.
Yeah, he's Mr. All-American, but he's competitive. He tries to play the he wants to win. He's kind of got like the Hoffman, not as bad as Hoffman, where he acts like he don't care. If he wants to win, he's really competitive. But Ben, you want to take a crack at this terrible question?
Well, John, you're the only Trek player I've ever heard mention the word Jew.
Well, I said I love the Jews. I love what you're talking about. I was at Len's bar mitzvah. I was wearing the hat. I was there, man. Mazel tov, man. I love that shit.
I don't understand. This is another one of those things that like it could mean a lot of things. I don't understand. What?
Okay. Well, it says.
Hey, Ben, that's been your answer all night tonight. Because I'm confused. I don't know what it means.
Ben's, I'm gonna having my granddad. Ben's like having my granddad on this show. Is I ask him a question. What's happening? Where am I? Well, at least you tried, man. At least you showed up. That's half the battle. But
why can't you ask me a goddamn question that makes some goddamn sense?
No, I know. To be fair, I did ask people to send a real or a goofy question. So, but all right. So the point is, I'm going to dissect this question. It said, was the dictator the Fourth Reich? That means I guess you got to be power hungry. You have to rise. You can't just be, you're a dictator. So who would have the ability to take over the? Let's call it. We'll pretend that the Fourth Reich is whoever takes over the CC, the new Trek starts a new thing. I don't know how to put it. So I guess who would have the ability to take it over? Wouldn't be Neil. You don't have the ability. He's not smart enough. He's not power hungry. I'm gonna say I'll say Chris Lobin, our Canadian tech guy. I'm pretty sure he's evil.
Based on what?
Because he's a stormtrooper. He doesn't like freedom of thought. He's always
yeah.
That's true. The Gestapo.
Yeah. Gestapo. But with Nate, who even thinks of the word Fourth Reich? Who even does that? I don't even know. So that's an extra.
Supremacist in the word Fourth Reich.
That's another. I'm giving Nate another cunt just for thinking of the term Fourth Reich. That's ridiculous. What's wrong with you, Nate? Take a look in the mirror. What's the matter with you? All right. All right. My other questions, since Sykes sent me a long text, and he loves getting his name mentioned, so let him. He's probably beating off right now while I'm saying his name.
That's the mental image, John, and I'm
He sent me some reason like he's like, I could be on the. I'm ratting him out too. I'm snitching. He's like, I could be on next month when my wife's out of town. If you have to wait till your wife's out of the house so you can go on the Google Plus and do a hangout, guess what you are? Yeah, you're man up. All right, that's four of them. But he sent me some questions. So his first question is they're going to do a team event this year where they're combined the 1E team, the 2E team, and the highest score wins a pony. I don't know. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? Not excited, Ben? You're not excited for the combo event?
He tried to recruit me to play it, and I'm like, I'm gonna play. I want to play Game of Thrones instead. I don't know. The team event in general is just I don't know. I'm always unsatisfied by it.
Well, no, I remember the one year we did it on a Thursday night. It was great. We had like a whole shitload of.
Oh yeah. That was the year I ripped off your NX prototype deck and killed like Tobias's shit with it, and it was yeah.
Oh, the old.
Yeah. Other than that, it's never been fun.
TK, what do you think about the combo 1E 2E event that you're not going to?
I don't like the combination kind of team overall thing. I wish it would just be 1E or just 2E teams, right? But
so you're a segregationist. You're separate from people.
Yeah, go drink in that fountain, John. Not in mine. You're gonna dirty it. You know what I mean?
This is what
John doesn't play 1E. Talking about.
This is what the Fourth Reich looks like, people. Different work fountains for 1E and 2E players.
I'm not even going to Gen Con, so who cares about what I say?
I think the idea is fine. I mean, I know they keep trying to think of ways to combine 1E and 2E, but it's like, but it's the scheduling. It's a Saturday night. Saturday night. We'll get to that in a minute. More on the combining theme. It says 2A players. People who play both 1E and 2E. Does that add to the overall health of the game? Does that make it better when people are playing both games? Ben?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's more.
I've been getting back into first edition a little bit for the past, I guess, year and a half or so, and it's mainly out of just curiosity and.
Ben, come on, man,
not
say
helpful.
it. Come on.
It's not good for first edition is not good for second edition.
Well, what?
It's there's like the whole reason for second edition is because first edition was fucked up and wrong, and everything about and they've managed to kind of put it back together, but it's just not.
So 1E is Richard Nixon's image. Is that what you're saying, Ben? It was wrong. It was wrong
No,
and fucked up. It was wrong and fucked up, and they were trying to put it back together.
Yeah, I'm still gonna play it sometimes, but it's just I just
It doesn't do it. It doesn't do enough for you. It doesn't. You know, it's a novelty.
It's not like. Yeah, it's not like I mean, not that I take second edition Trek seriously either, but to the extent that I take either of these games seriously, it's 2E that I take seriously.
TK, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, like I said, you know, I mean, more Star Trek being played is good, regardless of edition. You know, some people play both editions, so hopefully, I guess the idea is when somebody starts with one, then jumps over to the other one, right? Through curiosity, I know that's happened before. So
who starts playing for? What that's something I don't understand. What person who has never played either of these games picks up first edition in 2014 and starts playing it? That's the guy. That's the guy.
That's always been, no, the myth of the new player has always been around forever. That's how they've always used to justify horseshit, you know.
Yeah.
I'll agree that there are new second edition players, but I don't. No one's starting to play first edition now.
Yeah.
You're so disgusted, Ben.
I'm not disgusted. I just can't believe that people are thinking, oh, someone's gonna someone who never played this game 20 years ago is gonna start playing. No.
Yeah. There's a bit of
a bad game.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a
the Cypher made when they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, even more than normal.
Oh, you're coming alive, Ben. Coming alive.
Yeah, he's warming up. It took 25 minutes to get warmed up. Question number 3 from Sykes was, what's the best Saturday night option at Gen Con? It's Saturday night at Gen Con, Ben. What are you doing? You're obviously not playing in the team tournament, as you said. So, what's the best thing to do at Gen Con on a Saturday night?
Blowing a final against Neil at Worlds, probably.
Yeah, I've blown a couple of them. TK, what's the best thing to do at Gen Con on a Saturday night?
Shit, I don't know. Is something outside of the con?
That is the correct answer. That's why the team event Saturday night is a shitty idea. By Saturday night, I'm done with Trek. After the Worlds, after the bracket, day 2, where I usually get second place, so I wash out in the second round. I'm done. I don't want to play Trek no more. I want to wander around. No, I'm not even sad. No, I'm not even. It's just I want to see some stuff that I didn't get a chance to see yet. Not that there's much to see.
You need to go find a pair of boobs to make you forget about Star Trek.
Maybe. But I want to go drink, and then I want to find a stupid game of Werewolf and spend 3 hours to
find some LARPers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't LARP, but I'll find the Werewolf game. I'll play the Werewolf. Yeah. So the final question.
You think I can start a fight with a Mormon again this year? That was fun.
Yeah, we almost got kicked out of a game of Werewolf for being politically incorrect, but
for my anti-Mormon bias.
So Sykes' last question.
That was great. That was great.
That was a good movie.
So Sykes' last question is, what's your biggest fear or nightmare scenario for Worlds? Like, I guess something bad happening. I don't know, like the Berlin Wall or something like that, or I don't, what's
some that plays five major tournaments in a row.
Oh yeah. So Ben, what's your biggest fear / nightmare scenario for Worlds for the tournament? You stick your dick in a hornet's nest? What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already fixed Covenant, so.
I guess Channel's not going to be in the top day 2, right?
Yeah, I fixed my that's what got me there. That's what got me there 2 years ago. So.
Yeah.
I like today.
I don't.
We'll get back to that question. The only other question I have.
Any predictions about what's going to happen in like I don't know, Romulans are probably going to do pretty good. Other than that, I'm so out of practice. I haven't played this game in months. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
So your nightmare scenario.
If I get to day 2, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. I have no business making the cut for Worlds this year, and yeah.
That might be my nightmare scenario, that you end up winning, and then I have to listen to Neil. It all ends badly if somehow Neil takes credit for you winning Worlds. That's how that nightmare scenario goes. Well, the only other question I got was from I guess her name's Maggie. She posted as Jadzia Dax on the boards, and it was I don't know, there's this guy. He's my new.
Yeah, that's the lady who tried to blame me for that one player not coming. Yeah, I know who she is.
But yeah, there's someone who posts as time for a change. They don't have a profile, no tournament profile, and they're always pissed off about errata and World of Collective.
Brad, are you telling me that's not Brad?
Well, her question is that person a sock puppet? I guess it's saying, is that person real? And
that person is that person is real. His name is Brad DeFrieder.
That's who you think it is?
That's not who I think it is. That's obviously who it is. Who else who else could that possibly be? What are you talking about? I didn't think that was. Like, why are you even asking it like it's not definitely the case?
I think it's, the person's profile is like the Chicago area, that whole region, that whole Illinois.
Yeah, anyone can write anything on any profile.
Yeah,
I can.
True. But I don't think.
I can say I'm from Pyongyang if I want to.
No, I think it's Maggie. I think it's her. I think it's Maggie's alternate ego. That's who she uses to say evil shit. That she's a female, so she has to have the good. Everybody's happy.
I want Continentals in Chicago. I want Worlds in Chicago. I want Masters in Chicago.
I think
we have 10.
I think it's her Fight Club Tyler Durden alter ego, where she gets to be a badass and yell at me for shit. Today I got yelled at because I said something about the Romulan, all the old ships they have, all the ships that are all shitty and play, that do fucked up shit at their opponent's mission, and the response was, well, change them. You're the errata guy, and I'm like, I felt like that old lady in that commercial who was putting the Facebook stuff on the wall. She didn't know how social media worked. And the other lady,
I unfriend you.
Yeah, I unfriend you. But it was like, she's like, that's not how any of this works. That's not how this works. And that's how I felt. I'm like, that's not what errata is. We don't change things. We just put out brush fires. That's all we do. Like, it's. So Maggie, I'm onto your shit. I know it's you. So stop harassing me about errata. TK, what's your?
What if Maggie is just Brad in a dress?
Yep.
Nasty Nate told me he met her one time, so she's a real person. I know that, but I don't know if she's this time for a change guy.
How sure is he that she wasn't Brad in a dress?
I don't know. Nate does some questionable things sometimes, so who knows? Who knows? She might be.
TK, you're not going, but what's the worst thing that could happen? What's the nightmare scenario for Worlds? How does everyone get pissed off at this tournament? How does it turn to shit?
They spend all this money to fly there, and then they play some jank round one, and it throws them out of the I don't know what you call it, the competition for first place. Just flying and encountering some kind of jank. That pissed me off the most.
Yeah, but that's a one person. That's a one person nightmare scenario. I think Sykes was more like what if everyone showed up? There's 40 decks day one and 17 are Romulan. Isn't that a nightmare scenario?
No, not so much that. Just more the jank, or Sykes comes out the Gen Con and then you talk him into going to some bar and he catches herpes or something like that. Something That would be more of a night.
John, I think you may have underestimated the determination of your guests to not talk about the Star Trek CCG.
Every week, that's like the one topic that no one wants to talk about.
All right. Back to Star Trek. I would be pissed off.
No, I'm not trying to change. I'm 100% on board with just talking about Sykes getting herpes and not talk about.
I think I would crush Sykes because I met Sykes before, and he seems like a straight shooter, family guy, real calm.
First of all,
he meets Corbett. He meets Corbett, and Corbett lures him into some seedy,
No, we've already been over this. It's like Neil does it too. Like Neil wants to get in trouble at these things, like get into some trouble, and always everyone thinks I'm the enabler. Gonna hang up.
Yeah, Neil needs someone to help him make bad decisions.
Yeah, everyone's like, I'm gonna go do some fucked up shit. I'm gonna go hang out with John. And it's like, hey man, I did all my fucked up shit. I made all sorts of bad decisions. I'm retired, man. Like, I'm just gonna go drink my beers till 4 a.m. and then go pass out. Like, I'll go yell at some girls on the street. That's fun. But if Sykes gets herpes, it's because him and Neil tag team a 300-pound LARPer up in the Hilton suite. So you run a train. There's your mental image, Ben. You think about that one.
Game on her back.
A 300-pound Asian girl dressed like Sailor Moon. Yeah, I'll make it better for you. I like that, Ben.
I think I've seen her.
I made that up, and that girl probably exists. It's like porno. If you something they already made it. They already made it, so it's kind of like LARPers too. If you think of one, she's out there somewhere.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
So I'm
gonna Google image search Fat Sailor Moon and see what comes up, and I'm gonna text it to you or whatever, and maybe you can put it up. I don't know.
Can you put it on this hangout somewhere?
That's what that's what I want. I don't know how, but probably.
TK, yell at Ben about something while I find the spoiler that I forgot about tonight's show. Hurry up.
Oh God.
Oh, Ben's been out of action, going like 1-3 in the online tournament. I could yell at you about that because you dodged me.
There you go, Ben. Why do you suck at Ben? Why do you suck at online Trek? I don't know what that is, but go ahead. Tell me why.
Maybe I gotta work out the kinks and terrible decks.
Oh man. Yeah, I would have. That was my chance to finally play Ben, and Ben just completely collapsed. No, I did get to play Johannes though. I got to play a Russian too. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I beat a Russian, beat a German, and I beat an American. How about that? That was pretty interesting. But yeah, Ben, you dodged me again, man. And you play like in one fully constructed tournament a year for 2 weeks. So why don't you play online, John? What's going on with that?
No, I don't. That's not a real thing. That doesn't exist.
You use the practice, man.
He's right. It doesn't exist. It's yeah.
Oh,
right,
man.
So I'm gonna wrap the show up. I'm gonna give everybody their spoiler from I guess the name of the set is Balance of Terror. I like to say it in the George W. Bush Balance of Terror. So.
Oh, they finally used that because I've been telling Charlie to make a set called that for like since 2007.
Yeah, it's always on the list of set the names. This actually fits because it's about DS9 Earth and Tarek Noor. So there's all that episode where there were Jarish and Yo shits his pants for 45 minutes. So
yeah, but Balance of Terror is about Romulans. What the fuck are you talking about? You even watch this show?
No, what are you talking about? No, that episode was the DS9 episode about the.
No, Balance of Terror was the Galvatron.
Yeah, but the name itself, about the name, it's just about shit going on. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Fuck it. It makes sense. All right, so the card.
Yeah, click on that link. Click on that link. Click that shit.
I don't have a link. I don't see it. Are you talking about the LARPer? I don't want to. Don't put that on. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, let's put it on. Let's get John excited. Come on, let's get him hot and ready. Put it on there.
I'm not good enough at computers to make it come on the screen.
The fucker's got a PhD in computer science, but can't work the fucking internet. It's beautiful. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah. There wasn't a class in Google Hangouts, John. Jesus.
All right, so the spoiler for this set is a dilemma. The dilemma's name is Flare of Rage, and the image is from the TNG pilot episode, Zorn, when the jellyfish were sucking them up at the end, or some shit like that. Remember that part? Anybody? I don't fucking know. 20 years ago. So that's the image.
Longer than that.
Huh? Yeah,
longer than that.
Yeah, it is longer than that. Anyway, so the image is Zorn.
30 years ago. We're old.
Almost 30, I think.
Yeah.
86 or 87.
All right, yeah, we're fucking old guys. Talking about Star Trek cards. Anyway, back to the spoiler.
Grown-ass men.
So it's a five cost Planet Dilemma. So right away you're like, oh fuck, 5 cost Planet Dilemma. Fuck. Like really, another one? That last one that was in Unnatural Selection, the Terminal Resignation, that didn't work. So right away that's not good in my mind.
I have to go Unnatural Selection, huh? You know who's gonna be all pissed off about that comment?
Oh yeah, I know. We're getting ready. Yeah, Nick's all like, what are you gonna say?
What I always found kind of funny about that is that there's like 3 designers on that set, and only one of them defends those cards, pretty strongly. I don't think the other 2 really care.
Yeah, Unnatural Selection is like Star Trek Voyager. It's nuggets of gold. And big
that's a really good. That's a really good way of putting it. There's about 10% of it is really good, and also I blame it for fucking up the mission template. Because now the missions all look weird, and they have titles that don't have verbs in them, and I don't like it. But
all to make a City Alpha 5, right? All for one.
All for one bad idea. Yeah. Anyway.
So
that's what I want to know.
Whatever happened to what?
Equinox. I think Khan's going to go the same way Equinox went when it came out.
No, I like Equinox, but yeah.
When's the last time you've seen it though? When's the last time
it's not? Yeah, it's only for.
I don't think I've ever beaten Equinox in constructed tournament.
Yeah.
I think every time it's like relativity. Every time I play against it, it just overwhelms me. It's too many things are happening. I don't know what's going on.
All right, so it's a 5 cost. It's a 5 cost dilemma, but the first line of the dilemma is, for each persistent dilemma beneath this mission, this dilemma is cost -1. So it's trying to push persistent dilemmas. So it's 5 cost planet, but for each persistent, it's -1. And then it's, unless you have anthropology, medical, 2 security, and strength over 35, or 2 archaeology, transporters, and 2 treachery, randomly select 2 personnel to be removed for the game. So you have, I guess you could call them slightly harder attribute requirements to get 2 people. And it's not killed, it's not stopped, it's just removed from the game. So there's not a lot of things that can counter that. There you go. There's your spoiler.
Like like a Whisper's little brother or something like that.
A little bit, but you got it's 5 costs unless you start playing all the persistent. I mean, persistent.
Yeah, but persistent. I've seen one persistent tile, and that was pretty.
No one's ever used the persistent ability except for that one guy who likes to say, "Hey, one time I used it in the one game, and yeah, well, guess what?
I did it once.
Yeah, we all. Yeah, what? I never did it.
Did you win with it?
Yeah, no one gives a fuck. It didn't do nothing.
I think I won the game, but I didn't plan to when I sat down to the game. Just this would actually be helpful now. I mean, I guess you could play Ghost Stories on Evil or.
I'm gonna try to get I also spoil. This is space counterpart for this dilemma. There's one similar that's a space one. So you're getting a little bit of a persistent push. That's just a little tiny thing to throw.
And those dilemmas themselves are aren't persistent, right?
No, they're not.
Yeah, that'd be a little good if they were.
Yeah, I think that maybe they. Yeah, I don't see why they're not. But all right, well, yeah. So yeah, I guess that spoiler didn't get you all revved up for Balance and Terror.
Yes.
We're gonna
Terror's coming out. Yes.
We're gonna fight Terror. Terror.
No more Romulan decks. Right, that's what they're promising, right? Big anti-Romulan stuff in there.
Yeah, my nightmare scenario for Worlds was that because they kept saying Charlie kept saying 6 to 8 rounds. And I'm like, you're gonna have a shit ton of people, and you're giving out 2-round buys to at least 2 people, maybe 3. You can't have a 6-round tournament where people are getting 2-round buys. Just give them a buy into the next fucking day. So I don't know. It'll probably be 8 rounds. They'll fuck up the schedule. 2 years ago they did the bracket, the top 8, and the bracket sucked, and it was all one day. And I don't know. It's always logistics.
Yeah, that was
speaking of logistics,
that was the year I played my Dabo deck and scrubbed out with it and drank a bunch of Jägermeister and came back for like the last couple rounds that I don't remember much of, and then I went off and played Twilight with strangers and kicked their asses, and that was fun.
All right, TK. What's your final? I don't know if we did one on the last show. What's your final Worlds prediction?
Well, who's gonna win?
Yeah. Who and what? What happens?
I think Neil's gonna do Romulans again and win with it.
You think Neil's gonna win with the Romulan discard?
Neil's in Romulan discard.
What do you think about that, Ben? We think about Neil winning another Worlds. How would that make you feel?
I feel like I feel like that's well. First of all, I'd like to congratulate TK on his courageous prediction that why are you
going chalk? Why are you going all chalk, TK? Man up, make a pick. Give me a dark horse now, TK. Give me a dark horse pick. If you say my name, I'll fucking stab you. Go ahead.
I bet the Yankees are going to do pretty well this season.
Jeter, you see Jeter? Jeter went 2 for 4. 2 for 4.
Well, what do you think, John? First of all, are you gonna do better than you did at Continentals?
Well, Nate, let me tell you. No, come on now. Let's.
No, man, come on. I mean, there's not gonna be. Jaeger's not gonna be there for you to beat up on.
Yeah,
so,
I fucked up Continentals. I fucked up on deck selection. I should have played the team tournament deck, and I made a shitty deck. My B deck was a pile of monkey shit. So, did I learn my lesson? I don't know. I guess that's the only question. So, if I learn my lesson.
Who's going to win? If you can't pick yourself, we'll just say that. Who do you think will win?
I don't know if I pick myself anyway, but I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be. I wish I had a list of players right now.
I think Slab is going to be Slab.
Yeah, I'm going to go not. I'm going to go not European. It's definitely. I'm thinking.
I'm going to pick Jared Hoffman.
No, you don't play that much. He's like you. He just showed up. He didn't like
you.
Jared Hoffman didn't.
Unless you're former Star Trek player.
Jared Hoffman didn't pick up a Trek card until 2 weeks ago. For the last 8 months. So no, he's gonna bring some outdated shit. It's not gonna fly.
Yeah, that's the thing. He'll be like Len. He'll be like a time capsule, and he'll bring something that he'll bring something back to the future that'll kick our asses.
All right.
Who's going?
A Jared Hoffman time machine. Okay, all right. I guess
Jared Hoffman Borg time machine.
Okay.
That like he forgets that he'll have a card that was a rabbit in it that he does he didn't know about, and it'll still be fine.
Hold on, I'm looking right now. I'm gonna pull up the list right now. I'm looking to see who's signed up for Worlds for.
Yeah, I guess we should have did that. Now we're really like.
I don't know, man.
Regional rundown.
Top five right now are Neil, Steven, Mike Carrington, Johannes, and Mike Van Bremen.
Top five of what, TK? Top 5 of what? Ratings? Come on.
People pre-registered. Yeah,
so top 5 because they're top 5 rated players. Guess what that means, TK? Come on.
What, you're saying Brian Sykes is going to win then?
It's even Hoffman has a better chance than Brian Sykes. Instead of
pro tip though, man. Sykes has pro tip.
Yeah, he always says instead of going out
Burn.
Instead of going out and getting herpes, which would be better than what he will do, which is sit in his hotel room all night and sit there at the floor and then make change. Oh, what am I going to change? What am I going to change? And the next day he fucks up and he washes out. I'm like, I've seen that episode like 4 fucking times, man. I'm so tired of that episode. So, like, go, Sykes, go out. Get an Indianapolis hooker. Spend a little bit more money so you don't get the herpes. But go ahead, go out and have a good time.
I don't know. Who'd you say, Ben? You said
I said I said Jared Hoffman with Borg or something.
All right. Well, who are you saying?
All right. I'll run it down. We'll wrap up the show real fast, and I want you to give me TK. And Ben, I just want you to give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. But TK, I want you to give me actual odds. I'm gonna give you the
name.
I'm
not even registered for that.
So you already said Neil's your favorite. What about Slabby? What odds would you give on Slabby? Slabby.
Odds-wise, I think Neil's going to beat Steven.
No, this is odds to win the tournament. Slabby's number 2 in your ratings, your holy ratings. So what odds would you give him?
My holy ratings. Don't hate the system just because you've fallen from grace, man. Come on, don't be
come on. No, Ben's got an even worse rating than I do. It's because at locals, you like to do fucking goofy shit. I've seen Ben play even goofier shit than I've had the balls to play at locals. So let's not. Come on now. Let's be realistic about it.
Okay, so Steven to win 4-1.
All right, Harrington. You like him? What do you got?
Nah, he's one of those time cap.
Wow, guy finished day one at first place. You call him the fucking time capsule guy. That's fucked up. All right, so you should on it.
He can't play in the new world where you're only allowed to have one headquarters.
Yeah. Well, he was never. Well, yeah, he was a dual HQ guy.
He might place. I think he'll place pretty high for day 1, but when it comes to control in day 2, I think they'll eat him.
All right, so I already know.
Play a silver for a speed deck, right? And the control deck will just sit there until it strangles him, and then just win on a modified.
Yeah, he's a Swiss player, not really good in the bracket. I already know Ben's theory on Michael Van Bremen, how he just fucks things up. You think what odds would you give on Van Bremen winning, TK? He's
right after. For me, it's Neil and then Van Bremen.
Oh,
he's not a winner, but he sets things on fire.
Yeah, and it's real like I remember when he came out to San Diego to play in a nationals or something here once, and he had this rocket ship deck, right, and he was just killing everybody with it, and then he played Johnny, and he was getting his thing set up, and then Johnny just flawed in the plan one of the Ferengis he needed, and he was just like, I quit. That guy. So he's real. It's fragile that way. So I think if Michael can get all of his ducks in a row and there are no wrenches thrown at him, then he'll win. Right? But then the only one that really throws wrenches is Neil. So yeah, if Neil doesn't win, I think Mike's gonna win. Mike Van Bremen.
To prove my point that ratings are bullshit. What about Ken Tufts? He's the highest rated player of the year, I think. Still.
That's a question that I want to ask you guys. Does Ken Tufts come with a deck that he built, or that somebody builds for him?
No, him and Van Bremen are boys. So whatever he plays is.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think he's going to bring his own deck, or a deck that somebody built for him? Because he plays pretty high in nationals, but it wasn't really his deck.
I'm trying to picture.
Does it matter?
Tufts, and I think I'm picturing the wrong dude.
He's a big guy, bald head.
I don't think he should. I don't think he's bald. I think he buzzes his hair, but I don't think he's bald.
Yeah, think of he's like a creepy looking TK, but 150 more pounds. He's a nice guy. He's a taller, fatter, creepier TK, but he's actually a good guy. Unlike TK, who's a rotten piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm a dirtbag, right?
Yeah,
I'm associated.
Yeah, but Ken's. I always say bad things about Ken. No, he's a great guy. He just, he's.
But that's my question. Does Ken bring his own deck, or does he not?
So I was talking. No, he's not. He doesn't matter. He'll make top 16, and then we'll see how it goes. I was talking shit about Tyler. You know, he's real competitive. He's ready to go. We played a local here, a warm up, and he brought the Romulan bullshit deck for the local. Good job. And so he's ready to go. What do you say, TK?
Tyler Fultz?
Mm-hmm. And all his German boys. Johannes is his boy. They all get together probably. They're all emailing each other right now. The German network. How does the German... Why am I doing this with my hands? I don't know what this is. But how does the German conspiracy thing go? Are they going to do all right?
I think there will be a European in the top 3.
So, yeah, it's Tobias, Johannes, and Tyler. They're the little...
Tobias is the register. It's Steven, Johannes, your boy Nick, and Fultz. But I think there will be a European in the top 3. That's what I think.
Yeah.
See,
I don't even think that semifinals will be all American. That's my solid prediction. As for
how many semifinalists will be Romulan?
The
over-unders 2. So.
Yeah, it's definitely over. I remember I think it was 2008 that the top 4 were 3 Klingon decks and 1 DS9 Klingon deck.
Yeah, the game was real shitty on diversity for a while. Then a couple of years ago, I remember one year it was just especially day 1, there was just everything. So I'm like, oh, it got good. And now the Romulans came on, and I think that's just skewing everything else is fine, I think, except for Romulans. The question is how much of a backlash is there going to be? How many people are going to be like, I'm not playing what everyone else is playing. I'm going to do my thing and build something to take care of that. That's the question. How many people,
Euros even brought that Ferengi deck, right, and got second at Euros with it.
Yeah,
I think he beat a problem with it, but that's because of Brunt. Brunt just solves that problem pretty quickly.
Yeah. 20. Well, let's say I just use the number 40 because I think there's gonna be about 40 pre-registered. That's being optimistic, but 20 of the people don't even give a shit going into it. They don't care what other people are doing. They're just playing their game. So then you have basically 20 people who should play Romulan. The question is, out of that 20, who say, you know what, I'm not doing that, and I'm going to build something to take care of that. I don't think the number's going to be that high. I don't think it'll be half. I think it's going to be about 5 to 7. So the question
I'm with you there.
So you're going to get about 13 Romulan decks, and then
day 2. I'm going to say over 12 Romulan.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be the $24,000 question. Well, I'm going to wrap it up tonight. I think we've rambled on along about we don't know who's going to win. We don't know shit. It's all going to be. It's all. Unlike Nixon, who was pretty accurate, we don't know shit, and we're all going to be wrong. So, all right, we're back on.
The only game I actually pay attention to now is Netrunner, and I suck at that too. So.
Ben, what are you good at, really? At the end of the day, what are you good at?
What?
I said, what are you good at, really? At the end of the day, Ben. Come on.
Oh man, that's funny.
Making decks for Neil. That's what you're good at.
You just undid years of therapy, John. Because now I gotta go lie down on the floor for a while.
That's all right. There's more drugs.
I'm having an existential crisis right now. Jesus.
I already told you. Propelling Neil to victory. That's what you're good at. You're his muse. You've always been. You should
yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
We're gonna get.
I'm good at training champions. Yeah, that's what I'm good at.
We're gonna get a virtual promo of that terrible Jake Sisko Muse card, and we'll just have you stroking Neil, have you just sitting there rubbing the back of his head.
His head, yeah.
Write the book, Neil. Write the book. All right. I don't know. I don't have nothing creepy left. That's it. I'm done. All right. We'll be back on in 2 weeks for our final show of the quarter, whatever the fuck it is. We'll wrap up Gen Con. I'm gonna.
You come back and tell us all about it, right?
Yes, we will go over the autopsy, or just me cry. It'll be 55 minutes of me just crying, and I think Amber Van Bremen, she's going to be my fantasy football expert. She's going to be on. and she'll just stroke the screen and shush me while I cry for 45 minutes about me washing out of worlds. So that's it.
What's the over-under on how many times you say the word P-Toll on the next episode?
Oh man, it's all about him, man. People don't believe
because it's living in the double digits, right? It's definitely over 10,
man.
right?
It's Enterprise and Viceroy. That's what it is.
No, but he's the nucleus. He's the one that holds it all together. Everything. People don't understand that. He's the foundation. He's the foundation of everything. Everything's built on Patal and his 8 fucking skills and his stupid fucking ability and his dumb fucking face too. He's got a stupid fucking face. That's the worst part about it. You gotta look at his dumb.
Who's responsible for that guy's design? Who's the design team at that time?
I don't fucking know. That was way before the Dude, I was around.
His name's a joke on Patal.
Time for a change. That's who did it. The guy who posted Time for a Change. That's who's responsible for that, probably. All right, we're back on in 2 weeks. That's it for the show. Like Greasy Ducat, I'm kicking you out of the Discord pile. Good night.